Welcome. This is Song. My name is Song, and this is a consciousness caravan moment. Om Namah Shivaya Om. Greetings to all peaceful beings in this world and this existence, and even deeper, just all beings participating in here in this moment. You are welcome here, as you are. All vices and virtues. So I have a story to share, and it's called a sharing, and it's about a vision I've had for quite some time, and I'm going to recite it now. Okay, so it goes something like this. I'd like to invite Mother Earth to participate in this experience. Invoke Mother Earth and Father Sky and just the divinity within us all. My heartfelt, sincere prayer. Okay, so feel free to have a seat next to the water, and I can share a tale with you. It begins with a young man and an intense desire to help the world that he lives in. And while he is at a large gathering of peacemakers over 2 weeks, he receives a vision one night. And the vision is of people traveling across the land, poets, dancers, musicians, comedians, clowns, whoever you are. And they're bound by an intense desire to be the change that we seek. For them, gone is the time just to talk about change. Talk about better ways of living. For them, it is time to live the change. And for them, breathing and being, this is the fun part, trust me, radical love consciousness. And so, what is radical love consciousness, you may ask? Well, one description is this: putting love into everything that you do, as much as you consciously can. So let's continue with the story, shall we? So in the beginning of the vision, the Lovians are a small yet effective force for compassion and action. They travel in their buses, and when they come to a town, they head to the center, like a town center or like a local park, town hall, and create what's called a blossoming. And a blossoming is where these Lovians help set up a strong love vibration. Because basically everything is vibration. You can't see it, but like sound right now is affecting you, purely vibration. Can't see with your physical eyes, but it obviously affects us. If someone screams, you're like, ah. Someone laughs, you might laugh with them. And that's just vibrations. And so there is love vibrations. And you can actually meditate on these and gain love consciousness. The mind is very malleable. So whatever you think about, you become. More on that later. So, as I am browsing here, so the blossoming includes such wonderful activities as free massage, music. Yeah, so free massage, that means people just come. There's like 6 or 7 tables set up and like 6 or 7 like massage chairs for like kind of shorter massages, but still great massages. I have like 14 people massaging, like all these people on lunch breaks come out. They're like, oh man, I just like don't really feel like working today, and I'm on my lunch break, and they just come over and they get a massage, and it's like, hey, this reality is so flexible. Like, why are we making it such a drudgery for so many people? Like, who wants to sit in traffic for an hour one way? Like, driving a little car for an hour, and then you gotta go an hour all the way back, or even longer, like an hour and a half in a little square box with no humans around besides like pissed off aggro, like have to go home humans. This huge train. If you look at it from space, it's like this whole red lights lined up all the way into whatever city it might be. So, okay, better ways of living are possible. Okay, and so we also include in this blossoming meditation, like people just kind of like chilling, maybe doing like 15 minutes, maybe doing 5 minutes, maybe doing an hour or more. Because really meditation, they've done it like numerous studies. It's just the bomb shizzle. If you don't have a daily practice, it's good to start with like 5 minutes. Lots of techniques. You can find a book on that. And then the fun part here that I'm really kind of new at is guerrilla theater. And so basically, there's people coming in and chilling, like musicians and artists and poets, and they'll kind of like just do spontaneous theater. And you know, you might come out of your lunch break, like again for the office worker, and there's these people like in brightly colored costumes or what have you, doing theater, and it's just like, whoosh, like way outside the norm. Like, when's the last time you were walking down the street and saw just spontaneous theater? It just doesn't really happen. So we're hoping to change that. We're going to bring about, you know, people just dancing on the streets, you know, just, you know, more fun in this existence. Connectivity and fun are key operatives here. Looking to transform the way it is now to a higher vibration of more fun and more kindness. Okay, so on to the story. So the blossoming, so the local town folk came into this blossoming, to this experience, and immediately felt something special. Because that's the love vibration. It's just like, it's very pure. It's very like just, hey, you know, everyone's welcome here. Everyone. Magic was in the air. La la la. And probably some fairies too, but more on that later. They hold sacred space that others can feel what is always present. The eternal here and now. So that's very important. Like, basically, we have this concept of time, but in reality it doesn't exist. Everything's happening right here and now. And, you know, the more that we can really tune into that, the more, well, to be honest, real it becomes. And, like, you tune yourself to the realness, to the truth. And out of this artificial human construct of time and past and present and self and other, and there really is this beautiful unity of all life that, though we are separate, we are also united. It's a wonderful paradox. Okay, so one key ingredient to this happening is inclusiveness. When their vision of a better world, etc. When their vision of a better world includes everyone. Republicans, Democrats, blacks, whites, browns, gays, straights, police, hippies, you know, etc. When you include everybody, then the good stuff can come through, because that's unconditional love. Before that, you have conditional love, which is like that much power. And then when you bring in unconditional love, it's like my arms just aren't even close to big enough to how much power there is in that. So for you power fanatics, get high on love, baby. Okay. So the good stuff is unconditional love, aka pure or true love. So with the unconditional love, they formed a group portal of pure potentiality. And so that's kind of an interesting connection of words, but basically it's like group karma. When people get together and they align their minds to each other to a greater purpose, you can actually elevate consciousness. And this just isn't some kind of like airy-fairy thing. It's like, you know, like humans have technology and stuff like that. Well, there's also with psychic powers within us that are just as fantastic and as crazy as, like, say, napalm was to someone like, you know, 3,000 years ago. Or, say, a nuclear bomb 1,000 years ago. You know, just like, there's all this technology and destructive power, but there's also inside us, there's just as much power that isn't quite as well documented, but equally as valid.